Hey everyone, we're on our first Norwegian cruise ever. We did a 4-day cruise on the Norwegian Pearl over New Year's. Today we wanted to share with you our experiences with Norwegian, what we thought about the ship, the activities, the entertainment.
Food.
Yeah, and just our general thoughts about doing our first Norwegian cruise. First we'll talk about the ship generally and a little bit about the stateroom. So the ship, I feel like it kind of showed its age a little bit.
In certain spots,
Yeah.
yes.
Like for example, the public bathrooms, like some of the like you have to see it to understand, but some of the stalls, like they don't close. They have like basically like fist marks in them, and like it's really run down compared to the rest of the ship. And then but generally like it's fairly older style, but well kept.
But
We
still
thought.
well kept, yeah. I noticed we're taking good care of it. It's still a decent ship. Like, I'm not saying they need to retire it by any means. I agree. I think the bathrooms in the main area could use a little bit of a facelift. Speaking of facelift, it looks like they gave the staterooms a real good
the staterooms are really nice. They look brand new. They have like lighting in the cabinetry. They got like a really nice vanity mirror light. The only funny thing, and we had quite a laugh about it, is the bathroom layout. So the shower is like the best shower I've seen probably in an interior stateroom. But the toilet, and I'll put some footage here if I have some, but the toilet forces you to, like, there's no room for your knees.
You have to sit side saddle.
Yeah, you have to go on the side, and like, when you have to do your business, your knees are basically out the door. It's hilarious. So I don't know who came up with that, but generally the bathroom itself is awesome. The staterooms are really good.
Yeah.
Next we'll talk about the food and drinks. So I have such mixed reviews here and there about the food and drinks. I'm going to start with the drinks because I drink a lot on the cruise.
Well, that's where I felt the most let down, I think.
Yeah, the cocktails on this ship are quite bad, I would say, like in the category of medium to low. And what I mean by that is you go on other cruise lines and you get these cocktails and they're made from all the ingredients and they're elevated and they've got these really nice garnishes to them, like smoked drinks or like maybe a sparkly drink or just something fancy in it to justify you paying like the $17 to $20 for the cocktail. But on here, like for example, when you go to the pool bar and you order a margarita, it's literally a bottle of margarita mix poured into a cup and then they salt the rim and give it to you. So it's just a complete difference. If you're not too picky on the cocktails, no big deal, but just know that compared to the 3 other cruise lines that we've done, Royal, Carnival, and Celebrity.
Saying smaller ships too. It's not like we're comparing it to a Utopia or an Icon or anything. We're comparing it to like a smaller Celebrity or smaller Royal cruise.
So I would probably give their cocktails somewhere around like a 3 out of 10. Like it was really, there's just no effort in it, right? It's just a bottle poured into a cup.
There was nothing.
Here you go.
I went to the pool and was like excited to get. It's not like I was like, oh yeah, I can't wait for a frozen mojito, or oh I can't wait for my spicy margarita or anything. It was.
Oh, and another thing that just like blew my mind is they only have like 2 frozen drinks. They have the daiquiri and the pina colada. And I was like, can I get a frozen mojito? He's like, no, we don't do that here.
I did see frosé.
Okay,
today.
Frosé.
That was new.
So, but I was like, all they'd really have to do is blend ice and make the same drink, right? But, I guess they only do the couple frozen drinks.
Yeah, so the pool drinks I found a little bit underwhelming, and then some of the cocktails at some of the bars they could just take it up a notch.
Definitely.
The other thing was the coffee situation. It was like dire.
Staying on the topic of drinks.
Yeah.
Coffee, the only place you can get a specialty coffee is at Starbucks. Or maybe like in the main specialty dining room where you order like an espresso or something. But the only place, there's no like a secondary place where you can get specialty coffee. Even with the drink package, you have to get the free at C plus to get Starbucks included. Otherwise, you're paying like $10 US for a latte at Starbucks, which I didn't realize how much affected me until we came on this cruise because we love getting the coffees. And so that was a big downside for me as well. I think next time we come on Norwegian, when we do the Aqua,
definitely upgrade.
We'll be getting the free at C plus just for like the coffee sake.
Maybe that's why they do this.
Yeah, probably.
Get you to pay a little extra.
Yeah. And then the normal coffee is just, it's unbearable, guys. But if you, like, hopefully, maybe that's just the ship. Let us know if you have any different experiences. But the other thing that just blew my mind, okay, is water. Even with the drink package, you cannot get water included. Like,
Right.
you can always get, like, the tap water from the gun, but you cannot get, like, a bottled
Bottle.
water.
And I get it. They're trying to reduce plastics, and I'm all about saving the environment. But I would have loved either warning that that was going to happen, because I would have brought some sort of refillable bottle, and I would hope that they would have like a bottle filling station.
Yeah.
Like something at the airport where you're not touching the rim of the
Right.
bottle or anything like that. Or that
The
I don't
aluminum
know,
bottles
aluminum
should
bottle.
be included in the drink package that they give.
Yeah, you know, like when Royal gives you a cup, and you
Yeah,
can refill it at
like a
stations.
soda
Like,
pack
I would
one.
expect something like that, because they give you these teeny tiny little plastic cups,
It's,
which
and
is kind of
if they're saving the environment, that's great, but then they give you,
a plastic cup.
if you ask for water, they give you a plastic cup. So it's like, what are we doing here? But anyway, I think the water needs to be included, especially you have thousands of people drinking more than they should. You should have water included, because there's just like not a lot of options other than like going to ask for like tap water at the bar, or, you know, using your stateroom sink or something like that. It's just crazy to me that the water wasn't included. Now, some positive notes about the
Yeah,
drinks.
it's like we're not
It's
all
not all
hate.
bad.
It's not all
Yeah.
hate.
Is that the poolside service was really good.
Phenomenal.
Actually, I've seen something on this cruise that I hadn't saw on any other cruise line, is that the servers actually carry around, like on their arm, kind of like a quarterback does, like a little iPad, and he can actually take your card and charge your card like right there and then. He doesn't have to physically take it, go down to the bar, and then you like see him maybe half an hour later, or maybe you never see him again, and he's just taking your card, right? So it's just great, because like I know a couple times I've ordered a drink, he's taking my card, I haven't seen him in like 30 minutes because maybe he got really busy or something happened, like a spill or customer complaint or something. Either way, you want to leave, but you can't because he has your card. Well, this is on this cruise, it's no problem. They just swipe it right there and then come back fairly quickly with your drink. So I really liked that a lot.
It's also less on them, because they don't have to remember everybody's drink. They plug it in, and that order goes straight down to the bar. So probably by the time he goes down to collect the drinks, they're ready to go.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, next we'll talk about the food. What'd you think of the food, Kayla?
It's a mixed bag for me. I really enjoyed main dining.
Yep.
My food was hot. It was flavorful. The service that we received, my mom and I, from Florinda, was some of the best service I've
gotta say,
ever got.
I know it doesn't apply to everyone here, but it was the best allergy accommodations that I've seen on any cruise line. They had basically a person who's assigned like an allergy specialist, and at any time we check in for dinner, no matter where we are,
She finds
this
us.
person comes, checks in, and says like, what do you want? What do you want tomorrow? What do you want for breakfast tomorrow? It was the absolute best I've seen.
Yeah, definitely the best service. Main dining room food was really good. I was very happy with it. I liked that they had poolside food that you could walk up to, so you don't have to get dressed, go to the like buffet, whatever. I liked that they had the option there. That being said, there wasn't a ton for me or my mom.
I would have liked to see like a rotating menu, or maybe just like more variety.
It
Just
was the
every
same
day
every
it's
day.
just burgers, hot dog, and fries, and like I think like a grilled chicken breast or something like that. It would have been nice to mix it up, but I understand you're appealing to the masses. You're just kind of pumping out whatever's easiest. But
We only did one specialty dining on this cruise. We actually just did it tonight. We went to La Cucina. I have to say, I really liked my appetizers. They were really good. My soup was really hot. My salad was really yummy. I think it kind of fell apart a little bit on the main entrees for me.
yeah, all of the main entrees, I think like all around the table, just seemed to be like a little bland. I guess like we got it included with the free at sea dinner, and I guess like if I had paid for that, maybe I would have complained and just said like, nobody likes our meal, like what's going on. But since we got it included, we just kind of let it go and just said thank you very much, and it just wasn't for us that night.
Yeah. And maybe it could have been a bad night.
Yeah.
You never know.
Next, about the buffet. So the buffet, actually, on day one, we went to the
I was so happy.
buffet for lunch, and we started off on a good foot because Kayla and her mom got pho, and it was so good.
Good. If I could have that right now, I would go eat it.
Yeah, and they had like, what did they have? Like ice cream. They had like a creperie, build your own creperie thing. Like
They had a bunch, and I liked, because anytime we walked through, it was changing kind of every day.
Yeah.
So they only had the pho one day, and then the next time I walked through, it was like they had a vegetarian section. The breakfasts, like there was a lot of options in that buffet. It was pretty big. The only thing I didn't like about it was the setup of
Yeah,
like how you walk through.
you're right.
It's very congested.
The flow is very bad. Just the way they have everyone come kind of funnel into this one area, and you get stuck in this massive traffic jam. Normally the buffets are crazy, but this way, like, everyone's jammed into this one little hallway as you make your way through. So that needs some improvement.
I'm
But
sure they've changed it because this is an older ship. So
Yeah.
I'm sure if you've been on a newer Norwegian ship, you're
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, they already fixed that problem.
yeah. Oh, speaking of lineups, that just reminds me. One thing that drove me crazy. Another thing, I guess,
Bar line.
was the bar lineup method. Okay, so
It was weird.
The way it works when you want to drink here, specifically in the pool bar, but sometimes I saw it at other bars. But what you do is you want to drink, you have to get in a line to get your drink. So sometimes the line's like 30 people long, and it's not like it takes away from the actual bar atmosphere where you just go like sit up at a bar and order a drink and chat and hang out. Everyone's just kind of like in a line, and then you get your drink and you go away. It's just like so strange to me that it was like get in line, and I just didn't like that at all. Let me know what you guys think, what your opinion is on that, because I know at the same time it's like more fair because the people who get there first are getting their drinks first.
Yes, true.
But it just takes it away, and it just feels weird. I didn't like it at all.
Yeah, it took away the social aspect, and then, yeah, the lines were long, and then it was just, and that's, I think, why they did that pre-made kind of cocktail. Like, everything's pre-made, they just pour it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't for me. It wasn't my favorite.
And last point about food was Ocean's Bar and Grill. This was my first time there, obviously, and I thought it was amazing. It had an awesome atmosphere.
The atmosphere was a 10.
It had like great pub food. They had like an NFL game on. Everyone was cheering. I was getting wings, I was getting fries, getting pretzel bites. It was just, I loved it, and it's all included. It feels like kind of Royal Caribbean's Playmakers or something like
But
that,
free.
and it's free. So I really enjoyed that. It's definitely like the last stop out of every night. It's so good.
I like that it was open late. Like, I
Yeah.
think they might serve food all the time.
Yeah, well,
and maybe the drinks.
I know
cut
for a
off.
fact that they do breakfast, but let us know like what their hours are if you know better. But we just didn't pop by there too much during the actual day. But would have been nice to check them out for breakfast too.
I know. We have to come back. Well, we are coming back, so
Yeah.
we'll check them out on a bigger ship and see. We were able to get, my mom and I were able to get fries, which was good. Other than that, I wasn't able to get too much at Ocean's, but I liked the atmosphere. I liked that you and my dad were able to get some stuff, so it was a cool place. I'd go back. Okay, so next we're going to talk about entertainment. So first night we did Welcome Aboard
Yep.
in the theater with the singers and dancers. They're always fabulous. They had 2 Broadway-style kind of shows. We were supposed to see acrobats, but unfortunately
Yeah.
they got injured, which is so terrible and sad. But the Broadway singers and dancers were great.
Yeah.
They
The
got great
vocalists
yeah.
were so good on this ship.
So
And the dancers are always amazing. I'm always mind blown how like the ship's moving and they're like balancing and doing all this crazy stuff. It's just good for them.
Talent
You guys are
is
awesome.
Amazing. Also, we were here on New Year's Eve,
Yep.
which was super cool. So we actually got to partake in the New Year's Eve party. There was
Yep.
like 5 different venues having
know.
5 different New Year's parties, so there was something for everybody.
They had so much going on. You had to choose, which I didn't like. I wanted it. I was like, I want to do
wanted it all.
everything.
Because
But
there's live music, DJs, balloon drops, the New York City thing. There was
ice
ice
sculpture,
carving,
yeah. And it was
champagne
crazy.
flowing.
They had like hundreds of bottles of champagne. They had New Year's Eve supplies for everyone. They had balloon drops. Obviously, this probably won't apply to you if you're thinking about going to the Pearl unless you're thinking of a New Year's Eve cruise. But it was really awesome. I think the crew stepped up. I know they were doing like really long days that day, and
Yeah.
we really appreciated it. We had a great New Year's Eve. The other themed party that they did really well, and I actually said, one, I think Carnival does themed party the best. I'm just putting that out there. But Norwegian really was a close second because
the
their
cake.
white party was, or their glow party,
Glow
I think
party.
they call it, was awesome. And a lot of it has to do with the cruisers themselves, right? Like how
Yes.
much they want to participate. So if you're a Norwegian cruiser,
Participation.
good for you because it was really fun.
Everyone came out. They were wearing their white. If they weren't wearing their white, they had their little glow stick. They were dancing. Like,
Yeah.
parents were bringing their kids. The kids were having a great
Yeah,
time.
the big
like,
glow sticks and
oh,
stuff.
it was
Yeah, that was
awesome.
wicked. And they actually, I don't know, they brought out the actual Broadway dancers to
yes.
kind of be the hype team. And I think that makes a huge difference. That's one thing I said, like I said, Carnival has a fun squad, and I think
Get
that's
the
a really
party going.
important factor, to get the party up.
I also liked for the glow party that they did have like kind of those blue lights, like the
Yeah, like the black light to
that
make
made
all your
everybody
white color
glow.
glow. Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that made a difference too. I liked that it was outside.
And some more activities that we did, and just remember, we're on a 4-day cruise, so it was jam-packed. We did the Not So Newlywed, we did the
Perfect
Perfect
Couple.
Couple, which is kind of, so the Not So Newlywed's kind of similar to Love and Marriage, and then the Perfect Couple is just like a game show with couples. We got so much laughs, like my cheeks were hurting, I was laughing so hard.
Definitely go to see it.
And then they had Deal or No Deal, and it was the same one that Carnival had, and I loved the Carnival Deal or No Deal, so good job, Norwegian. I love the production quality behind that. It made it a lot of fun. Kayla and I actually just like to watch the Deal or No Deal and cheer the people on to win the $1,000.
Yeah, we made the mistake of playing once, and then I stopped caring about them winning and start worrying about me winning. So it's just more fun to cheer them on.
Yeah, personally, I think they need to pump up the amount of winners in that game, because I think only one person won $50 or two people won $50. And then there's obviously the winners on stage. But yeah, I think more people need to receive some benefits when you're charging that much for the tickets. But yeah,
Overall, I
it's
think
so fun.
their game shows were good. I didn't see the Wheel of Fortune. We didn't go to that one.
Yeah, that would have been good to see. Let us know what you think of the Wheel of Fortune, or what your favorite Norwegian activity is.
Yeah, is there something that we didn't do that we need to do on our next Norwegian trip? So a couple of little side notes that didn't really fit into these categories. For me was the pool. I loved the setup on this pool, because they had like a family pool that kids and adults could go in with 2 hot tubs. And then they had an adult-only outdoor pool and an two adult-only hot tubs. I really liked having an outdoor, adult-only area. Only on this cruise because we had great weather.
It's great because you get the vibes of like the Lido deck, and you also get kind of like that adult-only space. Plus, too, if like you cruised before, you know that those hot tubs just get filled with kids. So it's really nice to have like a spot where adults can actually get into the hot tub. So I really appreciated that, although the adult pool was frigid.
Yeah, and I think if we had bad weather, I may have hated the fact that the adult pool was outside.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I really liked this. I really liked this setup.
Just some other really fun things about the Norwegian Pearl is they had the bowling in the Bliss Lounge. Now we didn't get to do that because it's so dang popular that you end up having to basically spend your whole night waiting to get a spot. And I think it's because 2 of the 4 lanes were down, so it became really hard to even be considered to be up next. But they had also like golf cages, so they didn't have mini putt. And I think they had this little golf cage. It's basically like you're in enclosed and you can just practice your golf swing and hit the golf ball into the mesh. And I thought that was pretty cool.
It was cool. I sucked at it, but it was cool to try.
Yeah. And they also had rock climbing and a sports court and tons of stuff to do out on a sea day.
Yeah, a lot of great activities. They had that giant chessboard too. You and my mom played.
Yeah, that was fun. Okay, last in our review before we get to kind of our final thoughts is about the app.
Oof. Woof.
Now, I don't know what Norwegian was thinking, but this is the worst app ever. Let me explain. Let me explain to you why.
I can see Norwegian people nodding, being like, "Yeah, that's a app."
There's no chat, which I know is kind of like a newish thing, or it's a couple years now that Royals offered it for free. But it's such a great feature when you have like a large group and you want to just be like, where are you? Like meet you there. But it's just like, there's no chat.
So it forces you to have to buy either additional minutes or like internet packages. And if you don't want to do that, that kind of sucks.
The other thing is that there's no like itinerary or like things to do on the app. Well, there is, but what you have to do, it's basically just like a picture of a cruise compass that like loads up, then you got to like zoom in 300 times just to see like what's going on. It's like
it's not always accurate.
When you look at all the other cruise lines, they have this like interactive display where you can click, it goes into what it is. You can add to your calendar. It sends you notifications that it's like happening. It's like
you got plans.
NCL is like 10 years behind on their app, and it's a new app. They just updated it.
Yeah, they made it look prettier, but the functionality is still just eons behind.
It's like mind blowing. They need to get that sorted out.
Yeah, even when my app wasn't even working on this one, my dad's either, and so when we went down to the Wi-Fi assistant guy, he was like, "Yeah, the app is no good," and he couldn't figure out why. I couldn't see my account. Like it was just, the app was in rough shape.
Yeah, I don't know how they're so far behind on it, but anyway, just know that maybe when you come on Norwegian, it actually might be handy to have like walkie-talkies or something if you're not going to be buying the Wi-Fi package.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
So I think to kind of wrap it up and come full circle,
Yep.
I would say I liked the Norwegian Pearl overall. Like,
Yeah.
I think the ship itself was still in good shape.
Mhm.
I think they took really good care of it. I think they had a great entertainment team.
Service was great. Yeah,
Great staff. For the most part, the food was pretty great.
Yep.
I think there was a couple of little things they could tweak, and they probably have. We're going to find out on our next Norwegian cruise.
Yeah.
Um,
I think generally, yeah, Norwegian is pretty good. They need to fix a couple of things that I mentioned too, like the water, the coffee, the app, the like bar line method, and all those little things. They're all super small things, guys.
But
Like
they
I totally
add
get
up.
it. But yeah, it's just like when you go to the other cruise lines and they do it a certain way, and it's clearly works better that way. Then you're kind of like, well, why are they doing it like this? But yeah, I think we need to give Norwegian, a better shake. Like we're doing the Norwegian Aqua in August, and we're really looking forward to that one. And then we'll get an experience of a new ship to see if it's just on the Pearl it was like this, or if it's like that fleet wide.
And we were actually, we just came off Celebrity Silhouette, which is a smaller ship on that cruise line. So we weren't comparing this to like, the brand new Carnival ships or the brand new Royal ships. Like we were trying to compare them to other similar sized, smaller ships that we've done with Royal.
Yeah.
So
I just thought it was really
trying to be very
interesting
fair
to
and honest.
yeah, I just thought it was really interesting to see how the cruise line does things differently, and I think, like I said, we'll get a better idea of when we do the Aqua later on. But so the jury's still out on Norwegian. As of right now, I think in our two cruises where we did Celebrity and Norwegian, I think I preferred Celebrity. It's just I'm a little more familiar, I guess, with the way they do things because we came from like, I guess, a royal background.
That sounds so
I know.
weird. But most of our cruises have been on Royal, so
Yeah.
yes. I have a question for you.
Sure.
Would you cruise at this time of year again? So we were
Yeah.
on Celebrity Silhouette from the 27th to the 30th, and then we were on Norwegian Pearl from the 30th to the 3rd.
Well,
Would
I got
you
a surprise for you. We're doing the Celebrity XL next New Year's, so I guess the answer would be yes.
Okay.
But to answer your question with a bit more thought, I do think that coming from Canada, it's really expensive to travel. It's everything included. Like, so not only the cruise alone is more
Ubers.
expensive. Well, it's the hotels, the flights. Yeah, there's like more Uber surcharges, I guess, but it just generally it added up a lot more. And I think just leaving right after Christmas was kind of a bit stressful to get everything packed and ready to go, and our dog taken care of. So
Well, and it's our birthdays in December too, so there was a lot of events leading up to this. Then it was Christmas,
Yeah.
and then we forgot so much stuff on this cruise. Like,
yeah.
I usually pack 3 times before we go.
Yeah. So even though we're doing it next year, I'd probably say I would going to try to avoid it unless there's one I really want to do. Then, obviously I'm going to book it. But generally, I think it's more expensive. It's more of a kind of a hassle. So yeah, stay away from the expensive seasons.
I mean, if you lived in Fort Lauderdale and you could literally just
Yeah, that'd be great.
walk right on, then that
Yeah.
would be great. I'd come every weekend.
Yeah, one day. And in order to
day.
make that happen, make sure you like and subscribe. And you can follow us on Instagram at Ryan and Kayla to see all the live stories and direct messaging with Kayla. We talk to a lot of you, so thank you so much for your support.
Yes, we love you
And
guys.
we'd love to help any way we can. You can also join our membership if you want to see early access to videos or just a fun way to support the channel. You can check down in the description below.
Hearts to all our existing members. We love you.
Yeah, thank you so much to everyone. We really enjoy making the videos for you.
If you're a Norwegian savant and you know things that we don't know, or you
Yeah.
watched this review and you were like, Ryan and Kayla, no, you did this wrong, do this.
Yeah.
Like, hit us up in the comments, hit us up on Instagram, let us know what do we need to know for the Norwegian Aqua.
Definitely, because like one example, it was when we did our first Carnival cruise. I didn't try the breakfast burrito
Yeah.
at the Blue Iguana, and everyone was saying like
Educate
I
us.
had to try it. So the next time I did, and I was so glad. So thank you to the community. And again,
Yes.
just let us know if you watched our Celebrity or Norwegian cruise. Like, let us know what we need to do next time, and make sure we get that done.
We
And
do better.
Yeah.
What didn't we do that we need to do?
yeah, but thank you so much. That concludes our Norwegian Pearl cruise review. be sure to check out the vlogs if you haven't already. We also did a ship tour, so if you want to see more for the Norwegian Pearl, make sure to check that out. But our next cruise is on the MSC Seashore. We're doing the Yacht Club, so make sure to tune in for that.
I'm excited.
But we'll see you next time.
Bye.